Welcome to MIRCal video training. This video is designed to give all MIRCal users who review the data a brief overview of the edit programs and how they function. When data is submitted in MIRCal, it is run through a series of edit programs that review it for potential errors. Some of these errors may be simple, such as a blank field or invalid information given, and others are more complex and require closer analysis. You could find out whether your data passed or failed each of these programs on the main error summary page. Let's get started by going over each of the edit programs and what they do. Here is a table of all the edit programs the data must pass in order to receive approval. You could find this and other information in the edit flag description guides on our website. The first validations the data goes through are the transmittal validation and licensing check. Transmittal validation only applies if you submit a data file. If your data fails either the transmittal validation or licensing check, MIRCal stops processing and the data will be rejected and will not be processed through the remaining edit programs. Transmittal validation will reject a file if it contains the following issues. The file has a virus, there is no data in the file, multiple files are in a zip file, the file format is incorrect, there is a discrepancy in the number of records submitted versus the number entered on the transmittal screen. One or more records are reported with a discharge date that is blank, invalid, or outside the report period. Or there is an incorrect facility ID number in any record. After the transmittal validation is complete, a licensing check is conducted. This check only applies to inpatient data. This program reviews the data to make sure it includes all the types of care and services for which your facility is licensed. For example, if your facility is licensed for acute care, but no acute records are reported, your data will fail this program. Once the data has passed transmittal validation and the licensing check, it goes through a series of edit programs which create the error reports you need to review and correct your data. Each program has an established error tolerance level. This is frequently referred to as the ETL. First, the data trends are evaluated. Trend edits compare the data in the current report period to your facility's historical data to identify unexpected increases or decreases. For example, you may receive a trend edit if the number of records you submitted has significantly increased from previous report periods. Next, comparative edits are applied, which check for reasonable distribution of values within each data element for the current report period. These edits are based on all records reported. Standard edits check for errors and inconsistencies reported within each record. The data will fail this edit if more than 2% of your records contain standard edit errors. The readmission edit program groups records that contain identical Social Security numbers and then checks for inconsistencies between the records. This check only applies to inpatient data. Finally, MIRCal singles out records with a principal diagnosis that is blank or invalid. These errors will also appear on your standard edit detail report and must be corrected. Now that you have a basic understanding of how the edit programs work, reviewing the main error summary page should not only tell you which programs the data failed, but also give you a general idea of why it failed. For facility users who correct the data, the next step is determining the exact errors that caused the failures. To do that, you need to look at the error summary and detail reports for the edit programs the data failed. Video 5 will discuss how to review and correct a data submission. You will find it helpful to review Video 6, which explains how to use your data distribution report. If you are a designated agent, you are ready for Video 8.